What's up, Aries? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with a general full moon tarot reading for the full moon coming up on April 23rd. This is going to be at 7:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is going to be at 4 degrees Scorpio and is going to be in the 17th mansion of the moon. I will put a picture of the 17th mansion of the moon up. You can read about it. It's really about building strong foundations, specifically in your relationships. It's good financially as far as like what you have accumulated now will be able to take care of what comes later. Not so much for gaining, it's more about your foundations. As far as astrologically right now, if you are an Aries ascendant, this moon will be opposite the sun and it will be occurring in your 7th or 8th house. Don't let the past hold you back if this wants to zoom in. So you're talking about your one-on-one relationships or your spouse, be your 7th house. 8th house is the house of sex, transformation, death, the occult, inheritances, things like this. With them opposite like that, the sun being in Taurus and the moon being in Scorpio, it's probably weighing like your foundations, like your financial responsibilities or what's going to be best for you financially and materially, because that's Taurus, right? Weighing that out against like transformation and change and kind of deciding what's more important to you, security or doing what you want to do, like transform and change. So many of you may be like in a situation where you have to decide whether you want to go out and do something on your own or to do something different or to transform your life or stay where it feels comfortable in what you have. Like what you have, mine, which is Taurus, compared to Scorpio, which is like shared, transforming with someone, sharing things or even just emotions or a relationship. So many of you may be contemplating those types of things in your life right now, especially if it's 7th or 8th house. So, and you could be weighing the aspect of sex versus or in your relationships as it relates to power specifically, because like control of the relationship, like what control it gives you, other relationships specifically because Pluto is square the moon and the sun. So he does care about power, let's just say. So there could be a power struggle going on. And we all subtly do that kind of anyway, right? But anyway, it's also a pink moon, which happens every year. It's just all about a renewal. It's a spring moon. So it's good for new relationships too, if you decide to do that. And Scorpio can be about transforming your relationship, right? And Taurus would be about like staying where you're at in your relationship. So it's, some of you may be like contemplating that. And like I said, especially with the 7th or 8th house for an Aries ascendant. All right. So I'm trying to get you some cards here, Aries, whenever they decide to shuffle hard or... oh, right there. Didn't want me to grab it. Some of you may be contemplating walking away. Could be from an air sign. That was on the bottom, and your moon card was don't let the past hold you back. So, whatever that decision may be, like if you're wanting to move forward, or you could be deciding whether you want to move forward or change on from something, and the past could be holding you back from doing that. You may just be trying to stay put because it feels safer or more comfortable. So you're like, okay, I'm just going to bite the bullet and stay and do this, even though maybe it's not what's best for you. But again, you'll never know if you don't take the step. But if you've been contemplating moving forward and you do decide to move forward, don't let the attachment to whatever happened in the past poison what you could have in your future. Is probably what that card is trying to say. This is the central card, so it could be an airy, logical type individual you're dealing with. It doesn't necessarily have to be an air sign, but it could be somebody who's very logical and has air in their chart. A lot of times you'll see Capricorns tend to resemble this type of individual, very kind of emotionless, more analytical. In general, earth signs can be like that. But at the same time, especially if it's an earth sign that has like, an air ascendant like Gemini or Libra or Aquarius, or a moon in it. My animals are going crazy in there. And it's crossed by patience or balance. So if this is you trying to gain clarity, like to not be held back by your past. It's being crossed by not doing anything or like waiting. You may be waiting for something to bail you out, or hoping that something comes in, and it may do that because it looks like there is maybe a message of money that comes through that may help you out in some way. You know, in the recent past, there was some kind of message or exchange, and this could have been an argument or just some kind of truth that came to light that you felt like you had to express, or that someone expressed to you, and that truth may be what's holding you back, or it may be kind of lingering, some kind of idea or some kind of communication that happened. It may be kind of sticking with you, because that's a kind of a message, right? Or like a young idea or a beginning idea. And this is someone who has strict clarity, right? And that may be what you're trying to get, is clarity on the situation. And maybe you're praying for guidance. I mean, I pray for guidance all the time and wisdom, but realistically, we have all the tools that we need, and if we really pay attention to what's going on around us, we are being directed. It's just a matter of recognizing it. The message could have been about give and take, specifically in the relationship. It could be financially, but it also could be like emotionally or physically, like the dynamic of a relationship, or the dynamic of how money is exchanged in your family unit, or just with your friends or in life in general. And this is like the crowning card. So this is probably the main focus, like the give and the take. And like I said, it could be a power struggle right now with it touching Pluto, with the sun and the moon squaring Pluto. Square is not good. Square is, well, it's not necessarily bad, but it's going to force you to have to deal with it. Like I said, it's harder to balance, because instead of an opposition where it's on the same axis like a seesaw, it's easier to balance, put a little bit to this side, a little bit to this side. A square is like up with right, or like down with left. So it's like not exactly the easiest thing to balance. It'll have to be worked through. And you got balance on the top and the bottom. So balance is the key here. The unconscious influence is justice. So this is like the truth coming and bringing balance, whatever that may mean. So the decisions that we make, the things we think, the things that we do, justice will be served. So let's just hope we're on the right side of that. It looks like it could even be something from a court, or some kind of money that comes to you through legal means, because the near future you have the Page of Pentacles, which is offering money, some kind of message of money, or some kind of offer of money, some kind of opportunity, something valuable. And it could be from a legal sense for some of you. Some of you, it could be that justice is served in some way, balance is achieved, and that helps you to see this opportunity, as long as the past isn't holding you back, as long as you have clarity in the situation, which looks like what's being looked for here. You right now, you're offering your love forward. You're offering someone the opportunity to grow with you, or you have a young water sign child that you're focusing on right now, that you're really worried about, or that is the main focus. But most likely it's offering your love in some way, or feeling the need to be more loving, or put love forth, maybe even toward a water sign child. But that's definitely you right now. So if you have a water sign child, that's maybe your main focus. And that could be what this is all about, trying to find balance and trying to set new opportunities for them, and doing what you have to do so that, you know, your child can do well, be well, because this could be a child as well. This would be more of a logical child. This would be more of an emotional child. Or it's just aspects of yourself, message, and your love that you're trying to offer forward, or trying to figure out a way to offer your love forward. In your environment, looks like there's movement and money in some way, or it's slow movement. It's very slow. Like this could be building yourself materially, like I said, getting them strong foundations. But it's a slow moving night. But this night always gets it right. So if it's done correctly, your foundations will be built correctly. But this is clearly heavily focused on the material. This whole reading is heavily focused on money. Your foundations. And foundations a lot of times are built upon money, sadly, because that's the world that we live in. You have to have money in order to survive, to buy a house, to have a home, to take care of your kids, everything. Especially in America, where you even have to pay for medical care and everything else. Everything's a business. You got to pay to go to higher education. You got to pay for medical care. You got to pay all that. I'm not even going to get into all that. I feel like that should just be stuff that's like available to us, especially the amount of taxes that we pay. And right here is the advice. Most likely it's saying change your perspective and stop feeling stuck. The past may be making you feel stuck. Quit, Ruru. Man, my cat is howling, so you need to listen to that. If you feel stuck, I think you're feeling stuck. I think the past is holding you back. You're feeling stuck. It's saying don't feel stuck. Or it's saying to not feel stuck, gain a new perspective. Try to look at things differently. But the outcome's good. The outcome's financial abundance, or at least feeling secure and like you have enough. And if that's what you're after right now, and it looks like it's all about money, foundations, I mean, it's a good time to build the foundations in your life and in your relationships. It's looking like the outcome is good, that you'll have enough, that you'll be able to take care of everything. But don't let the past hold you back. If you're trying to move forward on your own, don't let the situation, don't live in the same, if you're unhappy, move forward. Don't stay just because you feel like it's necessary. But if you do want to stay, don't let what happened in the past poison what you're trying to build now. Even if you are in the same place, in the same situation. Work through it. Communication, that type of stuff. Because financially it looks like it's going to be all good. And it looks like that's the big worry, is money. Balance, specifically. The give and the take. Balance. So it looks like you're going to have balance, Aries. Just don't let the past hold you back. That's going to be the key. Even if you're feeling stuck, try to look at it from a new perspective. Don't feel stuck. Try to look at it completely fresh, as something new. And then build the foundations from there. Because it looks like you have everything you're going to need to build the foundations, right? This is moving forward slowly and building slowly, but it is still building. It's something valuable. It could be an opportunity that comes your way to make money. But you'll have to work. You have to work your way up, type of thing. But the money's there if you accept, because it's in your environment. And for some of you, it could be some kind of court case, inheritance. Maybe you get a settlement, or you retire, 401k, that type of thing. Money's going to come, something that you're expecting, and you're hoping that gives you balance. Okay, Aries, that's all I have. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it helps push the algorithm forward and will help motivate me, because I can actually get the channel monetized, which I'm still kind of far away from the view hours. But either way, you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just glad that you're here, and hope to see you here again. Happy full moon.